Somebody needs to get my son a coat. It's very cold, and Gigi should not be out in the cold like this. How's everybody doing? Hope you are all well. It has been a hot minute since I have streamed any Final Fantasy. Mostly because I got wrapped up into a few different games. But we're gonna stream a little bit before I go to work today. Last time we had found some Garlean refugees, tried to bring them in, and then they jumped us. So, I don't know, it doesn't really seem like they want to be friendly, but I guess we'll find out. I forgot that I needed to run all the way back over here. I should not have gone live just yet. But yeah, hope you've all been doing well. I have gotten into a few different games that have been eating away at my time a bit. From Arc Raiders, to Dead by Daylight, to, funny enough, I had started playing just a little bit of Roblox because I heard that there was a One Piece kind of game on there. And, I mean, it's okay. It's a fun little grinding thing. It's not something I would be playing long term, but yeah. You guys aren't allowed to fight me. I don't care about you. Wait, are you? Oh, back up at the Victor's Spoils. Let's see, I gotta go up here and then underneath this thing. Under the pipes. Are you okay, Alpha now? You got jumped. Oh, you buried them. That's awfully kind of you. We may have already caused enough harm here. Let us return to the camp before we cause any more. As for those inside the house, we should send someone to take care of them. Someone who isn't us. All we can do for now is make our report to Lucia, and do everything in our power to prevent further tragedy. We've already tried pretty hard. So let us linger here no more. Come. Yeah, we tried pretty hard. They're the ones that decided that they wanted to throw hands. Lucia, are you in there? You are in there. Alisaie and Alpha now tell me that you have finished their preliminary search for survivors, but refrain from saying much more than that. Clearly they're reluctant to provide detail. Might I ask for your account? Yeah, we tried to help them, and they decided that they would rather have violence. Not a lot that we can do about it. Please start us off.
Thank you for your report.
Yes!
We shall inform the troops of these developments and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the Victor's Spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
Why? You're just gonna make things worse by bringing them up.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Populares, Maxima identified. They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's Third Legion clashed with the First, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad.
You would think so.
Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
Someone like the Crown Prince of Garlemald?
It brings to mind events of the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically. Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Zenos had been possessed by a demon.
Elidibus, what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced. While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly.
But he's dead now.
Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies. And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvis is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory. And that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
It would seem so.
That seems kind of productive.
Though the Populares determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
Wait.
The information we gained
That
from my
doesn't seem
friends does not
counterproductive.
end there. One
He
night,
wants
shortly
everything
after
to burn.
fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers. But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varus giving them orders in their dreams. May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
This sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you all.
We're not taking them all the way to the We can't take them to the first. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about taking them
Varys spoke to them
Amaranth.
through this radio. Perhaps it was
Because
a
of the
recording,
tower.
but if not, that would be inexplicable.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
My friends, I must speak with you.
Of course, Serena.
A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if
That
you
doesn't
wish to
sound
ask
like
him
Magni.
questions.
I think we do.
Who do we have here?
Garleans?
Traitors
Oh,
to your
come on.
homeland! Have you no shame?
Get over yourself.
I am Lucia Junius, a Temple Knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Iulus Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe. Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths. If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish
The
to
hell do you
treat with
mean?
him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the two of us and...
And Lucia?
Please
Don't
allow
bring
me
the
and
twins.
Alize to
Bring-
act as envoys.
Bring Lucia, dude.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face. How their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
What would your mother say if I let you two go by yourselves?
I can
Your
see
mom
that
loves me,
persuading
and
you
I'm not
otherwise
doing
is a
that.
lost cause. but you will proceed with the utmost care.
Couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
This sellsword is the one that has been
Not in the least.
destroying
You will
your
find that they are
entire
more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
Alright. You will be received as invited guests, and so I urge you to observe proper social etiquette and conduct yourselves accordingly. Your safe return takes precedence above all else. Remember this. Thancred in particular will be worried sick if you're gone too long. May the Fury watch over and keep you. Is that supposed to mean that Thancred will come looking for us? Are you and the children ready? I'll explain the route once we're outside your camp. If anyone attempts to follow us, we will judge it as an act of hostility. We will not hesitate to take appropriate measures. You couldn't if you tried. I would expect nothing less. You have our full cooperation. Although I welcome you to make an attempt. Alright, this is far enough. Listen carefully. We head over that hill, then follow the road until we reach Liminal Station 4. Children in the lead, I want you where I can see you. We do have names, you know. I'm Alice, he's Alpha now. And last but not least, there's Chris. Chrysanthemum. Where have I heard that before? No matter, Alfino and Alice will watch the road ahead while we bring up the rear. I wasn't lying about there being many dangers. So you are to run, not saunter. Run towards the station. If you even think about going for your weapon, the deal's off. Should any creatures bar the way, we go around them. Ready to make a dash for the station? Okay. Why do I run faster than you? Oh, because I am currently jogging. So we're just going to ignore the bear. We better not draw attention. Yeah. That's kind of the point here. Thank you for pointing that out, Alice. That's the station, I presume? Looks like it. Don't get hit now, Julius. I won't have you deciding that it's an act of war just because you can't dodge. Good. It looks like your friends knew better than to follow us. Are these your headquarters? No, we're stopping here so I can check for pursuers. Since it appears you've kept to your side of the bargain, we can carry on. Okay, where to now? North of the station is Reggio Domorum, one of the main residential areas, or at least it was. The afflicted roam the streets in packs. They'll tear us to shreds if given the chance. Keep close. No wandering off. Understood? From here, I'll be heading northeast, keeping to the left of the railway. While the route itself is straightforward, getting past the hordes unseen is anything but. Keep your weapons at the ready. They would attack their own countrymen. Aye, they spare their own but slaughter the rest without hesitation. Though we'll try to avoid detection, the chances of sneaking by completely unnoticed are slim at best. I will lead the way, but in the event we are seen, you're to fight them off. Those two will follow us, provided they can refrain from drawing their weapons. While I doubt they would be foolish enough to stab their guide in the back, I will not take that chance. With that said, let us proceed. I can fight now. I can show you who the hell I am. What's up, I see why your comrades chose you. Julius, our contingent is secure for the afflicted, or tempered as we call them. Their people would need to be taken into custody that we may administer the treatment, but they would eventually regain their sanity. Is that so? For all I know, your treatment would simply force them to forsake one master for another. As far as I and my legion are concerned, they are no longer our people. They're beyond saving. Those who thought differently and tried to reason with them were butchered for their bleeding hearts. Come, we have to keep moving. More bad guys. Julius, I do think that it would be, like, a bit cool if you would use that weapon in your hand. But it's okay, I have faith. It was just kind of a Looks like we're not being followed. We'll continue onward. Bro, you are so shady. Brother, do you really want this? Okay, fine. To go this way. I meant what I said. These people deserve only death. I stayed my hand before only out of a desire to remain undetected, and that is still the higher priority. We should continue to avoid any unnecessary confrontation. Keep following the railway. Bro, you don't have to, like, stop us every 20 feet to try to tell us Like, yes, we need to stay silent. These aren't people, they're enemies. Like, calm it down, brother. Oh. Hello? There's supposed to be an etherite here. I don't see it. It must be underground like the, Homotheus. Look at what they've become. Will you still stand there and claim that they can be cured? Yeah. Those exposed to a vast quantity of a primal's ether may suffer severe corruption. Even with treatment, such victims are beyond salvation. Then you admit it. Now that you have seen these monstrosities for yourself, perhaps you'll think twice before speaking of a cure. Shut the fuck up. They definitely put this here to tease me. The fact that I can't get this etherite yet. We're almost there. You've kept your side of the agreement, so I'll keep mine. This way. This is Tertium, one of Garlemald's largest stations. It now serves as our headquarters. I've already sent the twins ahead. I'll be with you soon, so please wait for me at the bottom of the stairs. Yo, this is all one solid map? Oh, this is sick. Please wait there, twins. Etherite. Oh. Possibly voice acting. We got some funny camera angles. Oh. It's plain to see why they chose this as their base of operations. Is it? We could have done a lot worse. Even so, I imagine it's not the easiest place to live. Indeed, and if Julius was willing to make the perilous journey to Camp Broken Glass in search of food, their own supplies must be all but exhausted. They may be shielded from the wind and snow, but it's still bitterly cold. Much like Victor's spoils, it must be a constant struggle to keep their people warm. Lower your voices. While you may be here as my guests, the others will not take kindly to your presence. My commander is in the locomotive over there. Not this one. This one. Hello, Mr. Imposing Commander.
These are their chosen representatives.
Very well. Let us hear what they have to say.
Yes, sir. I present to you our commander, Lord Quintus Vankina, Legatus of the First Legion.
The name sounds vaguely familiar.
The first? I had no idea you had survived.
We lost our emperor, our city, more than half our troops. For my wounds, I may never take the field again. But we survived, aye. In a manner much to your liking, I dare say.
We have no intention of adding to your misfortunes, nor do we bear you any ill will.
Spare me. Though you children may speak in earnest, overtures of peace ever ring hollow in my ears. So long as man stands to profit from his neighbor's suffering, war is inevitable. Driven from our ancestral homeland into this blasted waste. Yet still you yearned to rob us of our paltry scraps. 'Twas only with Magitech that you learned to keep your distance. Though we knew it was only a matter of time before you regrouped and returned. Conquest and empire were our only defenses. Emperors Solus and Varys understood this, and through their campaigns saw us grow and prosper. Much blood has been spilled in Garlemald's name, aye. But if it is a choice between yours and mine, then it is hardly a choice at all.
I do not deny that a great many conflicts throughout history were driven by the desire or necessity to gain by another's loss. That is not why we are here. Nor have we come to petition your aid in the war with the Telophoroi, grave though that threat may be. Our purpose is simply this. We wish to help you. Let us help you. If there is aught that can be done to ease your plight, we would be glad to do it.
Perhaps
Within
you
reason.
would. But regardless of the ideals you espouse, your leaders would not send an army into Garlemald if they did not stand to benefit. If we accept their aid, they will expect their efforts to be rewarded once the Telophoroi are no longer a threat. And after compensation and concessions, the great empire would be brought to heel. Her enemies rejoice at her downfall. Our third eye, a mark of shame.
We won't stand idly by and let your people be humiliated. And we're not alone in that. We only want to make a difference, to make this world of ours better. Surely you can understand that. What I'm trying to say is, there are so many people who just don't care about making you suffer. And maybe that's almost insulting after all the suffering you feel the world has subjected your people to, but believe it or not, that's the truth. And now we're here, and all we're asking is for you to tell us what you want, what you hope for.
So much blood has been shed, so much lost. All because of this endless war. Who wouldn't want to end it? Can we not work together to face our problems as one?
No.
Answer me this, young peacemakers. If a world without conflict is your desire, why reject the unity and prosperity of Garlemald?
Because that was forced, my man.
Is it because we do not share your faith? That we do not share your heritage? That our ideals and virtues differ? That we cherish and hold in the highest that which you do not? Disparity is the root of discord, and peace built on compromise is flawed and fleeting. Happiness for one and all is a dream, and the reality is that to the victor go the spoils. That is why we Garleans will never submit nor surrender. For freedom and for pride, we will remain true to ourselves until the bitter end. That is my hope. It seems there is nothing more to say on the matter.
It would seem so. Oh, you're going to try to take us by force.
You will remain here while I decide what is to be done with you. Do not be alarmed. No harm will come to you if you cooperate.
And if I choose to cut down every one of your soldiers, then what happens?
We will not resist. However, as your guests, I ask that we be allowed to speak with the other members of your group.
As you wish. I had no intention of locking you up, as by dawn you would be frozen stiff and you're no good to me dead. You are free to move about the encampment, but there is one condition. Collar them.
Bro.
What are these?
Incentive. You'll be watched at all times. Stray too far or act suspiciously, and we will administer a rather painful shock.
No, I'd win.
Stop. Keep away from that one. The champion of Eorzea is not so easily cowed.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Even if he allowed himself to be collared, the shock would be no more than an itch. No. If he refuses to obey, we will activate the twins' restraints instead.
I mean, thank you for acknowledging the fact that I'm incredible.
You needn't worry about us.
We'll forget we're even wearing them soon enough.
Even now,
Take him home as a souvenir.
Why go to such lengths? What is it all for?
Now proving you wrong. Because even the most bitter adversary may one day see reason. On the coldest, blackest of nights, meager though it may be, we must share the warmth of our fire. I didn't remember him saying that.
You are a curious one. A far cry from the merciless barbarian others paint you to be.
Yeah, I don't know why people do that.
You will be their warden. Take them away.
Yes, sir.
What about now? Ah. As per Lord Quintus's instructions, I'm to supervise you during your time here in Tertium. Before you ask, no, I don't have a key or any other means to remove your collars. Nor would I tell you if I did. And if you try anything, you'll soon wish you hadn't. So, do you truly intend to speak with the others, or was that merely a ruse? We're in no hurry to disobey Lord Quintus, if that's what you mean. Or perhaps you doubt the wisdom of his decision. Do as you will, but remember, I'll be watching. If I catch wind of you doing anything untoward, trying to trick our people into turning their coats and the like, those shock collars will be the least of your worries. Understood? Note was somewhat compromised, to put it lightly. Let's not waste this opportunity. I suggest splitting up and learning what we can of their situation. And above all else, don't use magics of any sort. I can't even heal. You, on the other hand, may go wheresoever you wish, even outside the camp. I know full well I couldn't stop you if I tried. But do not forget, if you do anything to endanger us or our interests, Alphino and Alizé will pay the price. Ah. You came with Julius, didn't you? Well, whatever business brought you here, you'd best keep your hands off that aetherite. It's deactivated, but I'd rather you didn't mess about with it. There are others throughout the city, built by Garleans for Garleans, could teleport all over in the blink of an eye, provided there was a terminal nearby. These days, however, we use aetherite power to keep this place lit, though that power comes at the cost of its normal function. Oh, fair enough. So cold. Being soldiers on the verge of losing consciousness. It's you, Chrysanthemum Elmater. I served under Lord Gaius in the 14th Legion. I was there on the night the Praetorium fell. You and your adventurers. You killed them. My comrades, my friends, swept them aside in the dozens as though they were nothing to you. Maybe I am too. Just another faceless enemy to be cut down. But it won't be long until our countrymen return. Until you get what you deserve, mark my words. Y'all are dumb as hell. I know who you are. The so-called champion of Eorzea. Come to gloat, have you? I'll wipe that smirk off your face. For the blood of our fallen compatriots, I swear. Damn. Tore the sutures. Of all the times, the worst of the lot within striking distance, and I can't even muster the strength. If it weren't for the third bleeding us dry, we'd be the end of you. Virgilia's treachery nearly cost Lord Quintus his life, but we made our escape, took shelter in a mansion, tended to the wounded as we prepared to strike back, and then night fell, and we gathered around the radio. Then the roar. The terrible roar. The capital was in chaos, but we were spared. If you can call this a mercy. Mind intact but body broken. A soldier in name alone. I'd cut you down where you stand if I could. Murderer. The radio is the same model as the ones used in at Victor's spoils. Perhaps it is what saved the soldiers here from being tempered. Over here. Oh, you're chilling in the train car. Did you learn anything of note? Yeah, they hate me. Your findings are consistent with my own. Their plight is desperate indeed. The sick and injured are at greatest risk. Without warmth and proper nutrition, I fear they will soon perish. I realize there is precious little that we can do for them at present, but I cannot bear to see them suffer. Please, will you help me tend to them? I suppose I will go tend to this single person over here. Poppy. Who's there? My eyes. I can't see all that well. Thank you, the numbness has subsided a little. But I know I won't last much longer. You should look to the others who can still fight. Give them my ration. If me going hungry means someone else lives to see another day, so be it. At least I can still serve in that way. Are your eyes gone? No, your eyes are fine. Why were you complaining about your eyes? They're still in your head. I think you're just being dramatic. So those you met fare no better. I was afraid you'd say that. I know we were warned against meddling in their affairs, but we can't leave them like this. Perhaps we might gain permission to have the contingent deliver supplies? Quintus may have made his feelings on the matter quite clear, but even he must recognize they're not in a position to refuse help. Maybe Julius could persuade them? Though we need to persuade Julius first. Julius! Hey, dickhead. Do you want food? I've been meaning to level Culinarian. Well, seen enough. I've seen that all of your people are starving. Julius, the people here have barely enough food and fuel to survive. Have you and the other soldiers been able to procure any more supplies? We've been scavenging provisions for the nearby houses, as most families kept, some stored away in the event they were snowed in. Still, going out and getting it is dangerous work, and we've a lot of mouths to feed. Fuel's the greater concern, though. We had some ceruleum set aside, until it was stolen. We haven't identified the culprit. Could have been other refugees, or one of the afflicted for all we know. Either way, we're down to the last dregs. Without the heating they need, those in poor health are only going to get worse instead of better. If it's ceruleum you need, our contingent has secured a steady supply. We can have some sent over. We will not accept your charity. Why not? If we can hold on a little longer, the situation is sure to change. Aye, everything will change. Those mysterious countrymen of yours, I assume? Heard something of it, have you? Well, from what I've seen, there's little you can do to interfere, so there's no harm in telling you. One of our scouts spotted a hooded man issuing instructions to the afflicted, or in the bastard's words, loyal servants of the Telophoroi. Then he made his way inside the Imperial Palace, or what stands in its place. We'd identified the seat of the enemy's power, we realized. Lord Quintus dispatched a messenger to the 10th Legion saying as much, and instructing them to join forces with the provincial legions, to prepare for a combined assault on the Telophoroi. Once our allies arrive, your contingent will be sent running for the hills. Then we shall reclaim the capital by our own hand. Sure. And how do you intend to survive in the meantime? At this rate, many of your countrymen will perish long before reinforcements reach Garlemald. They need help now. Say the word and we'll bring you ceruleum. I will speak with Lord Quintus. You know, that's an improvement. So, did he agree to it? No. No, he will not place Garlemald in the debt of her enemies. I have, however, been ordered to search for ceruleum outside. As you are under my watch, you will come with me. I bet I can find ceruleum. Very well. After all, many hands make light work. You're a lot of more trouble than you're worth. We're literally, like, complying with every word out of your mouth. Once we're outside, you will follow my instructions to the letter. We depart shortly. We will begin our search for ceruleum in Regio Urbanisma. The first location is Forum Solis, a park to the northwest of the station. You are to remain close at all times and act only as ordered. Follow me. Well, I didn't expect to be prisoners in Endwalker, but I suppose it's full of surprises. These ramps are, like, uncomfortably steep. Walking up these would be a massive pain in the ass. There you are. So this is the park. I'm surprised they found space for one amongst all the buildings. Actually, the recreational areas came first. The houses were later built around them. A healthy society requires communal spaces for children to play and adults to socialize. The park was named after the founding father of the Empire, the great Solus Zasgalvis. Did we come to extract ceruleum from the wrecked Magitech armor? No, we've already drained it dry. Same goes for the rest of the Machina in the vicinity. But as our ceruleum has been stolen, we must scour the city for every last drop. And while I don't expect to find anything here, I've decided to try one more time, in case something's been overlooked. I see. And with your permission, we will commence the search. He didn't say he gave us permission yet. Does this specific War Machina have ceruleum? Did you perhaps miss one? A cursory inspection of the wrecked Magitech armor confirms that the fuel canisters have long since been drained of ceruleum, as Julius said. The contraption is built in the style of Imperial War Machina, armed with a battery of weapons and capable of transforming into different configurations. But on closer inspection, it appears to be no more than a children's slide. What the hell, Chris? You can't tell what a slide is. Ooh! Ether current. I wonder if that has ceruleum. Map of Forum Solus. I guess technically it's Soleus. Several points of interest are marked on the map of Forum Soleus. The pond, children's play area. To your knowledge, however, none would require the use of ceruleum. They don't have need for gasoline in the local park. How tragic. Though rather small by Garlean standards, the structure is reminiscent of a merchant's stall. Perhaps it was built for children to play at shopkeeper. There is nothing inside resembling Magitech or any other devices that would be fueled by ceruleum. Not even a lamp? I'm gonna finish up this quest and then end stream so I can get ready for work and start prepping food for tomorrow. Close your mouth, dude. Oh, it's you. Any luck? Nuh-uh. There's no signs of any ceruleum. Hardly surprising, but disappointing nonetheless. I couldn't help noticing you gazing at the pond. Is something the matter? What? Yes, I mean, no. It's just, I used to bring my brother and sister here to play. The pond was heated to stop it from freezing over, so like all the other children, they just had to wade in and splash about. Would have stayed there if I didn't drag them out. We'd be sopping wet when all was said and done, every time. And every time when we'd get home, Mother would scold us, saying we'd catch our death walking around like that. The pond was heated, so it would have to be fueled by ceruleum. With a ceruleum-powered heater, by chance? I suppose it must have been. Come to think of it, I remember seeing engineers changing out a tank beneath the hatch. But that was a long time ago, when the water still flowed clear and wasn't this brackish muck. I can't see a thing, and I can't remember where the hatch might be. With the With the machinery most likely broken, the amount of filth in there is probably the only reason it hasn't frozen over. I'd wager it's still unbearably cold, though. Julius, what are your thoughts on magic? The average Garlean would jump out of their skin if they saw it, but the first has a few foreign Signifarian medici, so it doesn't scare me. Then I take it you won't mind if I employ a little now? Alphino, as you have a knack for finding dry wood, why don't you bring me some? Once that's done, a blast of fire should do the trick. Leave it to me. You're not planning to go in there, are you? Of course I am. That tank isn't going to fetch itself. It's nothing so involved as extracting unprocessed ceruleum from a frozen lake, like now how the tappers do it. We're talking about a shallow pond in a park, and we have a way of warming ourselves up after. But that's insane. Is it really, dude? Like, chill. So, fancy a dip? A little friendly competition might make things interesting. Step aside while I drink the pond dry. That way we'll find it in no time. Give me a straw. That may be the stupidest thing I've heard in a while, and that's saying something considering who my brother is. I can't fault your enthusiasm though. Let's do it your way first. And if that doesn't work, perhaps then you can try your methods, with Alphino's help. Let me drink the pond water. You delve into the murky water, but come up empty-handed. To add injury to insult, the icy wind on your damp clothing chills you to the bone. Causing damage over time. I heal faster than it hurts. Still chilled to the bone. Still chilled to the bone. Beneath the water, your fingers catch on what you think might be a handle. Crack it open. You open the hatch and retrieve a ceruleum tank. Does it have fuel in it? However, your grand discovery comes at a great personal cost as you become acutely aware of the freezing cold and rancid odor emanating from every ilm of your body. Julius will doubtless feel compelled to pinch his nose shut when you deliver him your prize. Did you find anything? I hope you did. Uncovering hidden treasures and adventure is bread and butter, though one is not normally required to go elbow deep in ice-cold, stagnant pond water to retrieve it. Nevertheless, many would choose that over mowing down hordes of slavering beasts or solving annoying puzzles. That's it. There's still some ceruleum left. Oh, the fire's still not ready. Hold on, I'll give Alphino a hand. Yeah, you do that. Call me an old Don, because by fire I am reborn, and my clothes are mostly dry now too. I appreciate you recovering the ceruleum, but I wish you'd taken the time to discuss the plan with me beforehand. Despite the way you've been treated, in Lord Quintus's eyes, you're still envoys deserving of protection. If you were to die on my watch, he would be most displeased. Me too. Your concern is duly noted, but all's well that ends well. Julius, you mentioned coming here with your younger siblings. Did you grow up in Garlemald? I did, not far from here. My father was an accomplished researcher in his youth, and for his contributions to the Empire rewarded an estate. We lived well, far better than many. What was Garlemald like in those days? Everything. It was everything you could imagine, and so much more. Even during the coldest winters, we always found warmth and comfort at home. Coming in from the snow, taking off your coat and sitting down for a hot meal with family. Visiting friends and relatives, receiving that same welcome, knowing they had everything they needed. Walking down the street, seeing the lights in all the houses, hearing the faint sounds of laughter and song. Of happiness. And although the summers came and went all too quickly, in that brief respite the ice would melt and the forgotten grass would make its triumphant return. Gray clouds gave way to blue skies. Some mornings we'd climb to the top of the tallest building we could find and watch the sunrise. Never again. Those rooftops are rubble. Those friends, dead. And those memories. But if I could reclaim even a fraction of what we once had. Soon our chance will come. We just need to hold on a little longer. Oh, right, I was going to end stream after that one. Alright, now that you've recovered from your escapades in the pond, there's another location I'd like to search, just outside the park. We'll end here. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out. I gotta start getting ready for work, and I need to prep food for tomorrow. I appreciate y'all hanging out, and welcome back to Final Fantasy. Bye, everybody.